Hello, I'm the Honey Badger, and welcome to another video of me yapping away about video games. In this case, I am gonna talk about split fiction. So, I had... man, this is gonna be a tough video because I don't tend to be a hater in my videos. I'm not a hater. I enjoy video games. I like playing them, you know. I give it the best shot I can for them. Like, I try, you know. I don't go into a game and already be like, oh my god, I'm gonna hate this game with my heart, unless it's something like a horror game. Other than that, I am not. I try to be as open as possible with every game I touch. But to be honest with you, split fiction was not the experience I thought I was gonna get. Now, before I really deep dive into my opinions about the game, I have not finished it. I am halfway through it. So probably once I continue playing it, and if I do feel differently about it, I'll probably do another video speaking of it, kind of like I did with Dispatch. But if my opinion on it does not change, I think I'm just gonna leave this one video with it. So, let's see. Split Fiction was developed and created by the same people behind It Takes Two. Now, in the case of It Takes Two, I love that video game. I absolutely love it. Because it's a very cohesive adventure and experience. It brings everything into the table. The story, characters, and the gameplay. Everything is in there. And in the case of at least games like Split Fiction and It Takes Two, video games, don't get me wrong, I get it. Video games are all about gameplay. If it plays well, we are gonna shut up about the story, we're not gonna give a care, and we're gonna play it, right? And that's fine. Now, in my case, probably, I don't know about you guys, but in my case, I enjoy, when it's about adventure, I enjoy the story as well. So I do put like an amount into consideration of how well was the game for me. And let me tell you, with Split Fiction, it's kinda, you know, I'm very divisive about it. So I'm just gonna go right into it. I'm taking too long just to point out the main specifics about it. Alright, I'm already 3 minutes in and I haven't even said anything other than I'm divided about it. So, Split Fiction, it's kind of tough to not be, because it is created by the same people It Takes Two, and I can see the pedigree, I can see where it comes from, I can see where it wanted to go off. Unfortunately, it doesn't land as good as It Takes Two did, and I'm not gonna talk about it just comparing the two, because on its own, without considering, let's imagine a world It Takes Two doesn't exist. This is their first game. I would say for a first game, it feels fine. It's not quite a perfect experience, no game is, but it's not on par of what it should be. Now, if I mainly because this is if it's just considered as a single adventure, I'm mainly gonna go because of how it plays. This is you cannot play this on your own. You need someone else to play this game. Otherwise, you are just unable to play it. So it's a co-op game, right? 2 people play it. Unfortunately, the developers decided to add a couple of ways of gameplay that, because it is a co-op game, not everybody is gonna play it on next to each other, a couch co-op experience. They're gonna play like I played it with my friend, an online co-op experience. And let me tell you, this is the first and my biggest gripe with this game. The input delay is horrible to deal with. It might be a skill issue, it could be that, but let me tell you, I didn't have this type of situations with It Takes Two at all the first time. or the second time I played it. And in this game, that's not the case. The developers decided to make this game a bit tougher than It Takes Two by adding sequences that have to be timed with your other person playing. And it's platforming timed sequences, which with a delay makes it incredibly annoying to play them through. I imagine if it's a couch situation co-op experience, it's going to be totally different from the one I had. But online, oh my lord, I was losing my mind in one section. That I swear, I was like, I did apologize to my friend because I was like, I hate this game right now so much because we kept failing and failing and failing. We even had to synchronize with me saying jump when I was gonna jump. But even then, I had to like time myself when I say jump and when I imagine he pressed the button to move the platforms. But when I actually had to go, like, I had to do so much mental work just for a simple coordination game. No, I absolutely hated it. And it wasn't just on that situation. There were several other moments that, at least in specific, this one that I'm thinking about, it was the most difficult one because it was like a parkour tower where you had to go up, and if you fell, you had to start from the very beginning, depending on what platform you fell on. And it was excruciating, painfully gameplay. I hated every second of it. Now, there were other segments within the game, but they weren't that bad because they were not towers of parkour. But they definitely made the experience not as good as other games I played, like It Takes Two. So the game, in that aspect, suffers. If you're playing a couch co-op, maybe you won't suffer about this. So it won't matter. The other part that I didn't quite like is the story. Like, I don't understand where they're trying to go with it. Like, at first it's like a corporate stealing other people's imaginations without the consent, and then it takes the turn into more of a slice of life situation of we shouldn't be caring about we should be caring about our inner person, and because this game is about writers, so you have two different characters. One of them is about fantasy and the other one is about sci-fi. And by the way, I can see why those writers haven't had their stories published, because they're definitely very generic and boring. So I think the story really doesn't know what to do, because at some point I spoke about the corporate side, and then at another point the game was more about I'm halfway done with the game, so I don't know where it's gonna lead us into, but half through it I was getting glimpses of this is more of a story about friendship between two characters that don't really have anything in common, or maybe just a story about compatibility, whatever, or maybe just a story about don't be such a critic of yourself. I don't know where they want to go with it. Like, they had so many ideas, and I understand why they probably went with such an interesting setting, because they want to showcase this very magical world with all of this gameplay. But just the story is not cohesive. And then the two main characters are very annoying. Both of them. Like, they really went to the extremes with them. One of them is like super positive and everything's good in the world, and then the other one is like the honey badgers of the world. I get you, girl, I get you, but come on, chill a little bit. Like, she's always angry at everything. Like, everything's bad. Like, nothing can go right, or I don't know. It's just so there's no chemistry between the characters. There's no union with the story, and it's just a mismatch of things that don't quite they're not very appealing to continue I mean, if I was playing just by the story, I wouldn't give a care, and I'll be like, you know what, DNF, move on. Because this is not it. Unlike It Takes Two. Now, I've spoken about on its own the game, why I don't like it. And the reason why, I guess I'm more I'm not angry at the game. I'm not hating it. I'm just very disappointed about it because now I can compare it to It Takes Two. This is their second game. So I would imagine they already had like a very good foundation about where they want to take their vision of upcoming adventures. And while It Takes Two is not perfect, it definitely has more of a unified idea, right? The divorce of the parents, the little kid wanting their parents together. And then the idea does land a little bit better because they explore not about the issues of the marriage, but the issues of the person, of the people themselves. Like, we don't even have hobbies anymore. Come on, people. What are we doing with our lives? We're letting the job completely overcome us. Either way, we're not gonna be criticizing the text too. We're talking about split fiction, and because there's really no cohesive, I don't know. It just feels like I'm lost. I am lost. Like, there were some very good ideas, but I think the plot was lost along the way. Now, gameplay wise, in the game, how it looks, it's another very disappointing, because if you have played It Takes Two, you're gonna see what I loved about that game is the attention to detail. You had these very cute towns and landscapes where you could explore, and you would always find something special, something secret. And with split fiction, this was not the case at all. Like, I will try to explore, but I couldn't find anything. It was just corners and placements and stuff like that. But I would be like, well, is this it? Like, is this it? Okay, we're just on this area. And I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying, because on their previous game, they had done more than that. I was expecting the same thing on this game. So definitely a disappointment for myself, at least so far. The gameplay is, aside from the other things I've mentioned about the the co-op online, gameplay is just the same as previous It Takes Two. They have very good segments. I like the idea they added combat into the game, but I don't know, it's no saving grace from whatever else is happening on it. And the state of the game, kind of speaks of itself, because the game isn't really spoken about. It came out in 2025 and people are not talking about it. Unlike It Takes Two, when it came out, everybody was talking about it, because it had really good story segments where you were like heartbroken by what was happening. And there were some very good, excellent co-op gameplay. On this one, it kind of feels like half-baked. Like, the vision is there, but the execution was not completed, type of thing. And maybe some people will say, well, it's sci-fi, because if you look at the settings, the sci-fi and the fantasy ones always looked way better than the sci-fi. And some people might say, well, it's sci-fi, it's all industrial looking. Yeah, but you can still make it look more interesting, or add more vision into it, because most of the sci-fi areas were just straight lines, get directly to the path you need to go, while the fantasy ones had like a little bit more detail, but not the amount of detail that you get on It Takes Two. I'm sorry, it's quite disappointing of a game. But yeah. Those are my thoughts on this one. I'm torn, because I did enjoy It Takes Two a lot. I played it like 2 times. And I enjoyed each of them. And on both runs, every time I will find something else in the game that will make me very excited to always explore around. And because I knew it was from the same developers, I was like, we gotta explore. But as soon as I got in the world, it immediately felt different. It was not. It doesn't feel like it's just if we leave the mechanics of co-op, it doesn't feel like it's made by the same people. Like the vision is not the same one, and it's kind of disappointing on that part. But yeah, that's what I wanted to share about this game. At least so far, it is not what I expected to play. I wouldn't tell other people not to play it. No, go ahead and try it. Although, double consider it if you're gonna play online with somebody. But if it's couch co-op, go ahead. Give it a shot. It's definitely worth it. If you like the mechanics and the gameplays from It Takes Two, then you're gonna enjoy this one as well. You're gonna have fun with it. You're gonna enjoy it. It has some very good fun segments, very interesting gameplay mechanics that they added with the settings. There's a funny section about pigs. If you play, you're gonna know what I mean. But I wouldn't call this game an absolute disaster. No, give it a shot if it's something you're interested in. But personally, I am not enjoying this adventure as much as I did with It Takes Two on their first creation. But yeah, those are my thoughts on this game. That's all I wanted to talk about. Let me know in the comment sections, what do you think about it? Have you played Split Fiction? Did you play it? Are you planning to play it? Have you played It Takes Two? Did you enjoy it? Or I don't know, let me know in the comment section. Or maybe you might know about a different couch co-op game, online co-op game that you might want to recommend me, and I'll check them out. But that's all for this video. I'm the Honey Badger, and I love to talk about everything related to gaming. I am trying to complete my 800 plus games backlog. Hopefully this year get around 200 of them. This is one of them. But yeah, so don't forget to subscribe and follow. Leave a like. It really helps. That will be all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I gotta go back to my backlog and keep on gaming.